Ladies and gentlemen, gladiators, skirmishers, fighters, combatants, welcome to week number 8 of the Sunday Night Fights 2018 season. We are finally halfway through the Sunday Night Fights Northrend Pandaria season, and what a season it has been so far. What a fight card we have for you here tonight. The St. Patty's Day weekend showdown. The Duel of the Dwarves, two of the best dwarven duelists besides Glenn Moreau and Doc Stew will meet right here tonight with the championship on the line. And for the first time in SNF history, that fight will be a best-of-7 AFC-style fight where the winner leaves as champion. They only have to worry about that one fight. On the other hand, we have the traditional tournament. Emillea returning to SNF action for the first time since 2016. Her opponent, for the first time ever, the Wrathful Worgen Enderstone. They have never fought before. Tonight they will meet for the first time. And then we have Reddbbull against Bigstew, the collision of the two Titanic Tauren here. Former champion Bigstew against a debuting Reddbbull here at Utgarde Keep. This is a historic arena. It was here where Chong made his ascent to win a third and final championship in the 2014 SNF season against Cathoudis. But first, right here on this platform, he defeated Seawaz, who currently holds the record at 3 championships for most titles won by a Warlock. We saw a lot of battles here between Big Dad and Foxy Hills, and the last time we were here, the reigning champion Garlen ended up going against Javar. Although he was unsuccessful that night, tonight he will look to defend his title against McGREGOR. So a lot of history here. You can look that up in the SNF archives on our guild site, in the SNF archives forum. That's the history, and tonight some more history is going to be made. So let's get started here as Enderstone, the Wrathful Worgen, the bestial brawler, makes his way to the arena. Enderstone looking for his first championship here tonight. as he continues to swing away on Emillea. Emillea down, rock, toppled, and dropped as Enderstone takes round number 1. You see the difference there. Acrebus really had a hard time putting Emillea away in their AFC fight, and Enderstone having none of it. He just scored back-to-back knockouts on a former world champion and the number 1 contender for Javar's world title. There is a reason he is the Wrathful Worgen. There is a reason he is the Bestial Brawler, and you just saw why here and now. And this will be a 5-round contest, I should say, best of 5. Enderstone up 1-0. Emillea going to try to regroup and go back to the drawing board here. Now that first round is out of the way with the Soul Stone used, there will be a 2-minute time limit per round. And keep in mind, just as a little side statistic, even though that last one didn't have a time limit, Enderstone got both those knockouts under 2 minutes. This is a tough battle for Emillea, but she is no stranger to being the underdog. So Emillea going to wait here, let those cooldowns come back up. Enderstone getting the win there. Big Dad, what are your thoughts on that first round? Did it go as you expected? I expected it to be a little bit more close back and forth. Enderstone, once he bounced back from the red zone, he seemed to just be in control of it through the rest of the fight. There was no taking him down.
Yeah, and Emillea couldn't keep the distance going. Distance is the key.
That's one thing I noticed about Enderstone that he does a little bit better than Acrebus, I think, is just the relentless ground and pound. Acrebus goes for the damage and gives chase. Enderstone really just locks people down and doesn't let them get away. So a little bit different stylistically there. Acrebus a powerhouse striker. Enderstone more of a ground and pound type powerhouse there. So striker and then ground and pound. And we will see if Enderstone is able to put together a third knockout here. Keep in mind, he won the first round, but he got 2 knockouts in it. So that's 2 wins onto his record, 2 knockout wins. He's going for a third here and his second round victory of the night. Ender, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, so here we go. Round number 2 beginning in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The St. Patty's Day weekend showdown is live here on Twitch. If you're joining us, welcome. Warsong Offensive Alliance Revolution Entertainment, bringing you the best esports entertainment that there is and the best fights that you can see here. 1v1 dueling back and forth here. Enderstone and Emillea already setting the tempo for the rest of the night. Enderstone dropping to 75% and then battling back to 100. Anti-magic shield is popped. Emillea wisely going to use that portal here. Get out of jail free card. Still plenty of time remaining for the Phantom Phoenix. And here comes Enderstone now. Keep in mind that portal has been used. Emillea's in trouble here. Gets the fear. And look at Enderstone just stepping right through it there. I believe he used Trinket. Emillie's in trouble yet again. Down to 25%. And notice this about Enderstone. He is on point with the interrupts on those drained souls. That's exactly what you have to do to beat Emillea. You have to just interrupt more than the fear. You got to go after the drained soul. And Emillea, to her credit, interrupting the blood drinker there. That is a very similar ability for the Death Knights, like Drained Soul. It gives them most of their healing potential, besides Death Strike. So here we go. Back and forth they go. Enderstone now down to 75%. The dot's starting to tick away on Enderstone, who is down to right around 60, and then all the way back up. The Bestial Brawler is just walking right through the damage of Emillea, as we have just passed the 1 minute mark here in round number 2. Enderstone down to right around 95%, right around 80 now. Emillea doing a good job this time around of kiting and keeping the distance up. Big Dad said that was a big struggle for her in that first round. And Emillea is down to 25% now, right back up to 50. Almost past 50 to 60, but not quite. Enderstone now feeling it's a bunch missing at 25. Blood Drinker being cast there. Emillea using the portals here. It's shades of Siwas versus Chong, where Siwas just jumped off the edge in frustration, but I don't think Emillea is going to quit here tonight. She might think about it, though, here as Emillea is just rocked with that damage from Enderstone. And the winner of this fight will fight Acrebus. Oh my goodness, Enderstone's rocked, toppled, and battles back through. What a turn of events there. Enderstone almost dropped. And there's the window closing. Enderstone will take round number 2. That does it for the time limit. Emillea survives, does not get dropped, but is unable to get Enderstone down in the final moment. It's the end of the round. Enderstone leading 2-0. All right, so Enderstone needs some heals here. What a performance here for the Wrathful Worgen. An opportunity against Emillea, a veteran, a legend. One of 3 Warlocks to win the title. Now needing what would be one of the best comebacks of the year so far. It was Acrebus who led 2-0 at AFC 16's Encore, and Emillea came all the way back to tie it up 2-2, and then tie it up again 3-3. Will we see the same result here tonight? Keep in mind, it's the midpoint of the season, and every win counts now more than ever, so Enderstone needs to close this one out and walk away here with 5 wins on the evening. Will he be able to do it? That's the question we're about to answer in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Round number 3. Enderstone looking to put down the Phantom Phoenix. Return Emillea to the ashes. Emillea looking to turn Enderstone into ashes, as she drops him all the way down to 25%. And Enderstone, again, the resilience of the Bestial Brawler. Look at that death grip the portal used, and the death grip bringing Emillea right back in for some more splot. Clawing, shredding, swinging on Emillea. Relentless, as I said, like a pit bull, like an attack dog. Just on the attack here, giving chase. That Fellhound going to slow Enderstone. Emillea has to keep the distance here, does not. And Enderstone's able to get some heals off. There's the fear, and look at that. Enderstone immediately turning and getting the death grip on Emillea. Enderstone wants his first title shot besides a death match. And to do so, he's going to have to beat Emillea and beat Acrebus via the rolls. There's Blood Drinker cast on Emillea. Will this be Enderstone's night? Emillea's looking to say no. She heals all the way back up. And it's basically a reset here with 40 seconds remaining. Enderstone now dropped dangerously low there, almost into the red zone. There's that Drain Soul. Enderstone's rocked. And somehow Enderstone refuses to give in. Brutal damage there, and Enderstone somehow survives it. He's down. He's still dangerously low here. He's got to watch out. Into the red zone goes Enderstone. Emillea's looking for the knockout, and Emillea scores the knockout there to survive another round in the 5-round contest. It is 2-1. Unbelievable. Just when you think Emillea is down and out, Emillea gets the win and stays alive in this series. And keep in mind, in the 2016 season, when Emillea was just trying to figure out Warlock, she had a total of 5 wins throughout the season. Here tonight already has 1. and she's back. So Emillea has learned Warlock, season now in the AFC, a title under her belt. She'll be looking for another title on April 28th against her longtime rival Javar. And here tonight, she'll be looking for a title opportunity at a rematch against Acrebus.
Sorry, Acrebus. Or not Acrebus, Ender. Wrong button.
And Emillea showing her age here, you know, she's getting up there, so the names, you know, everybody's heard their grandma confuse names, you know, two grandchildren or whatnot. But here we go, Enderstone and Emillea, the veteran and the new blood. Warlord against Officer, Warsong Offensive against Alliance Revolution. Emillea, let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Keep in mind, Soulstone is back up. Emillea looking to tie it back up, 2-2. And here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Enderstone just has to survive here. He's had some bitter losses. Keep in mind, it was Emillea as Salabon, who alongside Reese Puff turned on Enderstone in the very first death match of the year, eliminating him. And last week, it was Garlen and Smokey the Bear who teamed up to betray Enderstone. So Ender has some unfinished business with Garlen. He would love another shot at the Enhanced Enigma should Garlen triumph later tonight in the title fight. Emillea down to 75% here, rounds the corner. Getting some distance on Enderstone. And Enderstone wisely this time, I think this is what he was missing last time. Turning on that demon and getting heals off on the demon. That's where he struggled. The demon goes down, and now Enderstone's going after Emillea with some demonic damage here, trying to unleash it. Diabolical intent in the eyes of the Godslayer. Odin, Mythic 5. Enderstone soloed him with the rest of the group down. Multiple times I've seen Enderstone do it, thus earning him that title. Enderstone falling to 60% here, back up to 75. Gets the death grip on Emillea. Look at Emillea, though, with the damage here. Staying right on top of Enderstone, not letting him heal back up to 100%. We haven't seen that since the second round. And Emillea, again, getting some distance here. There's the blood drinker from Enderstone, interrupted towards the tail end of it. Both fighters neck and neck. Enderstone is rocked as Emillea goes back up to 100%. And somehow Enderstone's hanging on. I believe he's getting heals off on the demon. Maybe, maybe not. Anti-magic shield goes down. Enderstone might be in trouble here. He's using Wraithwalk to get away. Less than 10 seconds remaining. Emillea giving it her all here, trying to get the knockout. 3, 2, 1. And Enderstone will survive and take the series, but what a series it was. And you got to think, if it was 5 minutes per round, Emillea might have been able to win that one. So the first of many matches to come here between Enderstone and Emillea. A rivalry has been born here tonight. It was everything you thought it would be. Enderstone takes it 3-1. And, of course, as I mentioned, he gets 5 wins on his win column from the double knockout there in that first round. So there you have it. Enderstone versus Acrebus will be later on tonight. The winner of this tournament will fight the winner of our championship main event between Garlen and McGREGOR. The dream match, the duel of the dwarves. What a win there for Enderstone, and what a matchup we have coming up here. The clash of the titans between the two Shaman Taran. Big Stu winning his first championship just a couple weeks ago right here in Northrend over in Sholazar Basin. Reddbbull making his SNF debut. Reddbull's been in the AFC, but he has called himself a jobber in the AFC, so he's looking to get a huge win over Big Stu, who triumphed over Smokey the Bear as Feral over McGREGOR. We'll see what Reddbbull has to offer the Brahma Bull here tonight. So Reddbbull versus Big Stu. Reddbbull will be fighting out of the red corner, Big Stu out of the blue corner. We're going to go ahead and skip entrances here for this one. And also for Acrebus versus Enderstone. We will have entrances for the main event. So here we go. Reddbbull fighting out of the red corner and Big Stu out of the blue corner. We need another Warsong offensive banner down here, and then we'll go ahead and get things kicked off. Enderstone, congratulations on the win. Welcome back to the broadcast booth, partner. Can we get another Warsong offensive banner down here, Big MM, whoever?
Got 1 minute on mine.
Ender, how you feeling after that big win against Emillea?
I'm quite surprised that I actually beat him. It was so difficult to keep the heels up, but he did great. It was a great fight, and just I hope I get more fights like that in the future. Just back and forth, and hard to stay on top of them.
Emillea, I would say on par with Pathilador as one of the best range fighters on the roster right now. The evolution of Emillea continues within the Sunday Night Fights now. Good to have Emillea back. So here we go. Bigstew and Reddbbull. Bigstew, being the former champion, will initiate the first round here. 5-round contest, 2 minutes per round. All Bigstew has to do is survive. And keep in mind, bloodlust is entirely legal here. So here we go. Clash of the Bulls. 2 bulls bucking horns here at Utgarde Keep. And Elemental Shaman versus Restoration Shaman. Bigstew already down at 25%, trying to get the healing wave off, does so. He's got to stay away from Reddbbull here and try to keep those heals up. This is the first time Bigstew has fought a range fighter this season. His last 2 fights that he was victorious in against McGREGOR and Smokey, both melee. And now it is Reddbbull who is down to 25%, and Bigstew's back up to 100% here. Bigstew, like Emillea, is another fighter who last season, he had an abysmal season, and this season just showing off how much he has evolved, improved, just all around better at the character, at the class. And Shade's a big dad here as he goes back up to 100% again and again. The clutch maneuvering against McGREGOR won him that fight. He's looking to win it here against Reddbbull. The counter-strike totem. The grounding totem was what won it against McGREGOR, countering the spear-handed strike, which would have knocked Bigstew out, would have interrupted a crucial heal. And Bigstew looking to get back in the title picture tonight. Gift of the Queen interrupted. Bigstew now rocked. Reddbbull's looking for the knockout, and down goes Bigstew out of nowhere. Reddbbull landing the knockout on the Brahma Bull. I think Bigstew, honestly, I think Reddbbull lulled Bigstew into the knockout there. I think Bigstew is getting complacent. He got caught, he got hobbled, and just like that, he got taken down. Ender, your thoughts on that first round? Would you agree? I think Bigstew got lulled into the knockout there. I don't think it'll happen again tonight. Hell of a knockout by Reddbbull. But I think Bigstew got complacent there in that first round.
Agreed. I just never seen so much damage done in a small amount of time. That was incredible.
And the positioning of Bigstew was completely horrible as well. He stood right there in the open and just ate all that damage. So Bigstew's going to have to do a much better job here at being prepared for that and staying on his toes with those heals. He was only about 30 seconds away from taking round number 1. So here we go. Reddbbull, are you ready for round 2?
Great.
All right, so here we go. Reddbbull victorious in his SNF debut so far, already getting his first win against a top contender and former champion. Reddbbull, like Enderstone, it's funny, they fought to end last year, Reddbbull and Enderstone, and similarly they are looking for their first titles here tonight against very experienced warlords in Bigstew and Emillea. Will Reddbbull, like Enderstone, improve his record and advance in the tournament? Bigstew's looking to say no to that. Reddbbull's looking to force the answer to be yes. Bigstew at 100% here, doing a good job kiting around the outside. Reddbbull giving chase. Look at that charge from Reddbbull there. This is a whole different type of rodeo right here. It's just 2 bulls locking horns, as I mentioned earlier. And Reddbbull, a range fighter against Bigstew, something he has not fought so far this season, and very rarely in his career. But Reddbbull is the one who's receiving some damage here from Bigstew, who has to be careful. Doesn't want to get caught again like he did in the last round. 30 seconds down in this one. Reddbbull down to 25%. Back up to 50, back up to 75. There's a lava burst coming in. And the Hex Totem from Bigstew, that Voodoo Totem, going to buy a couple extra seconds. 1 minute remaining here. Cooldowns are popped from Bigstew. Reddbbull down to 75%. And Bigstew's got to watch here. I believe that, that Flame Elemental is out, and a lot of the cooldowns from Reddbbull are popped. And Bigstew and Reddbbull are neck and neck yet again. Reddbbull going after that Healing Stream Totem. And look at that. Bigstew using the portal that was still up from Emillea to his advantage. Reddbbull down to 25%. Reddbbull juking and jiving out of Bigstew's clutches there. And giving chase here, charging at Bigstew. There's the interrupt on that heal. Ice Fury coming in. Elemental Blast. Bigstew's rock there, but he's trying to hold on here. 25%, less than 20 seconds remaining here. Reddbbull's hexed. Bigstew gets the heals off and goes all the way back up to 100%. And there's the Lava Blast from Reddbbull, who's on his heels right now, but he's still swinging. Reddbbull's down to 5%. Bigstew's almost rocked as well, though. 10 seconds remaining here. What a duel between these two. Bigstew's down low, almost into the red zone. Bigstew's rocked, and that will do it. The time expires. Bigstew heals himself back up anyways. But man, did Reddbbull come close in that second round of knocking out the Brahma Bull. What a round. What a series so far here. Tied up 1-1. Ender, thoughts on that second round?
Amazing heals from Bigstew, and surprisingly managed to go through and survive through all the damage thrown by Reddbbull. It was great for both sides.
Incredible damage from Reddbbull, incredible heals from Bigstew. This is what you come to see, and this is what you have gotten so far from SNF. Back-to-back amazing fights here, and still plenty of rounds to go here in this 5-round contest, best-of-5 series. Bigstew will have time to let those cooldowns come up. Bigstew, let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
All right, so here we go. Round number 3, tied up 1-1. Bigstew, Reddbbull begins now with the duel initiated. Here we go. 2 minutes to go. Reddbbull. Look at Bigstew. This is what he does as Big Dad, too. He's very conservative, a very efficient counter striker. And by that, it means he takes the damage, he counters the damage, but he also throws some of his own out there. Answers blow for blow. Not quite the gunslinger that Foxy Hills was, or that Reese Puff is a shocking it. But still very, very efficient in his own right here, as you see there. He sidesteps around. Reddbbull with the speed boost coming in, charging wildly at Bigstew, swinging for the fences here. Interrupts that first healing wave, the second one land. And so too does the Lava Burst. Elemental Blast. Reddbbull building up that damage, building up his Maelstrom. He's got that all the way up to 100% here. Bigstew's got full mana, though. Anyone's guess who's going to take this third round. Reddbbull down to 75%. There's the Lava Burst there from Bigstew, interrupted. The Voodoo Totem lands and delays for just a few moments as Bigstew gets away. Bigstew comfortably healing himself up, overhealing a little bit at 100%. But that's exactly what he has to do. After that first round, I said you're not going to see it again where Bigstew's caught in the open like that. He's too experienced, he's too wily, he's too crafty. And Reddbbull now getting knocked back. 2 bulls, buckhorns on the outside of the ring. 20 seconds remaining in this one. Reddbbull down low. Oh my God, look at the damage there from Reddbbull as he goes for the knockout. Bigstew caught, and Bigstew's dropped. Just like that, the electrifying damage from Reddbbull out of nowhere. Reddbbull leads yet again, this time 2-1. Reddbbull needs one more round and he will advance. Bigstew needing 2 in a row. Enderstone, you were able to beat Reddbbull as your Blood DK, as Enderstone. What does Big Stu have to do as a defensive player, as a counter striker? Obviously, your style is a little bit different, but just as a healer, as a tank, obviously you can relate. What does he have to do here to survive Reddbbull's onslaught?
Like what I did when I fought Reddbbull, I had to keep up the healing as much as possible and manage to keep the damage up there as well. So if Big Stu can throw out enough damage while keeping the heals up, he can eventually go push through all that damage and get Reddbbull down.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Reddbbull was low there for a while. If Big Stu can really step on the pedal there with the damage and just kind of prevent him from just standing there and swinging on him, maybe he'll be able to get the win here. But we'll see. Reddbbull's determined to advance in the tournament for a championship opportunity. Reddbbull, are you ready?
Ready?
All right, Reddbbull will initiate the duel. Here we go. 2 minutes to go. Reddbbull's looking to make this his final round of the evening against Big Stu. Big Stu looking to win his first of two to get back into this and then advance. And Reddbbull doing a fantastic. This is the best performance we've seen from Reddbbull, hands down. He's doing an amazing job staying on top of Big Stu here, charging after him, answering every heal with offensive ability. Big Stu here, back up to 100%, getting that lightning bolt, but it was interrupted immediately off the cast. Healing surge from Reddbbull there. Not quite at full maelstrom yet. Big Stu, there you go, Ender. Answering with those offensive strikes. Both fighters neck and neck. Reddbbull dipping down below 75%. There's the knockback on Big Stu. Here comes the damage from Reddbbull. He is at full maelstrom. Look at the mobility from Reddbbull. Just incredible. Big Stu has never fought anybody quite like this. And Reddbbull now using all that maelstrom, and Big Stu healing himself back up to 100%. Here comes the damage from Reddbbull. Scary damage. In the blink of an eye, like a lightning bolt, he can just crackle forward and score the knockout. You do not want to blink here. Big Stu down to 75%. That damage increasing. Maelstrom is all the way up to 100%. Big Stu landing that healing surge. On the outside and back to the inside they go. Less than 20 seconds remaining now. Reddbbull Hex. Reddbbull is pretty low here. That lava burst is interrupted from Big Stu. Might have just been movement from Reddbbull. Healing surge here from Reddbbull. Less than 10 seconds remaining. Big Stu's looking to take this one. 3, 2, 1. Big Stu takes it, ties it up 2-2. Excellent round here from the Brahma Bull. Round two officially, the second victory, round two victory by Big Stu here on the night. Round 4 overall. So here we go. Match point tied up 2-2. Winner advances for a shot at the title, a title opportunity against either Acrebus or Enderstone. You got to think Reddbbull will probably go restoration for that one if he gets the win. Big Stu's going to stay right there as restoration. So potentially some grinding matches here to finish the evening before our title fight. And Big Stu will initiate the next duel here. Let's get it on, gentlemen. Final round of the evening between Big Stu and Reddbbull. One of the best fights, one of the best series I have ever seen between Warsong offensive fighters. Ender, what's your prediction here? Who do you think is going to win, Reddbbull or Big Stu?
If Reddbbull can get the damage out, it's going to go to him, but Big Stu is like amazing heals, and he can heal through that while doing plenty of damage. So it's going to be tough to decide.
Give us a countdown, please.
Okay. The next round begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So here we go. Will Reddbbull be able to get that damage Enderstone was talking about? That's what we're going to find out. Big Stu has to play a perfect game here. He can't slip up. He can't falter because Reddbbull will be right there waiting for the mistake. And Reddbbull has to be just more aggressive than ever before here. He has to really go for the knockout. Every second counts, and it's the middle point of the season. So if Reddbbull can win out here tonight, he's automatically in contention for a playoff spot. There's the bloodlust pop. Big Stu has to be careful. I'm not sure who popped it. Oh, it was Reddbbull, so Big Stu has to be careful here. Reddbull's down low, though. There's the Hex Totem. Flame Elemental is summoned. Back and forth they go. A electrifying brawl here. Back and forth exchanging spells. Lava bursts answered with healing surges. Lightning bolts answered with totems. Both fighters neck and neck briefly. Big Stu again has the advantage. Big Stu's caught in the open here. He has to watch out. There's the totem dropped. Big Stu down to 75%. Watch out for that damage from Reddbbull. Manages to get both of those healing surges off. Big Stu's still at 100%, but again, you do not want to sleep on Reddbbull here. Do not blink because he can spring forward at any time. Big Stu has to be careful. There's another Hex Totem on Reddbbull. Big Stu now hobbled just a little bit there. We saw those spaghetti legs. As he drops down to 60%, Reddbull's smelling blood in the water. 20 seconds remaining. Reddbull's down into the red zone. Big Stu's looking for the knockout. Big Stu's almost in the red zone himself. 5%, and Big Stu gets dropped there with just 13 seconds remaining. I think Big Stu went a little bit too hard on the offensive there at the end. Got a little bit excited, and Reddbbull capitalized with him in the open. Reddbbull advances. What a series. 3-2 victory for Reddbbull. The Brahma Bull eliminated here tonight at Utgarde. So Reddbbull going to advance. So there you have it. Reddbbull, just like Enderstone, getting a huge win over a former champion and current warlord of the Warsong Offensive. And that brings us to who Reddbbull's going to be up against in the finale. With a title opportunity on the line will be either Acrebus, who will now be fighting out of the red corner, or Enderstone, who will be fighting out of the blue corner. Wrathful Worgen against the Executioner of the Ebon Blade, Kingslayer versus Godslayer, Alliance Revolution, as it will in the championship main event, taking center stage here. Renegades, Rebels, and Outlaws, cook your popcorn, grab your beverage of choice, and settle in, because the winner of this fight will represent the Crossed Hammers in the finale against Reddbbull. So this is going to be a grind. 2 minutes per round, 5-round contest. You got to think it's going to come to the rolls. And Acrebus, being the former champion, the 4-time champion, more titles than any other Blood DK in SNF history, going to initiate that duel number 1. And here we go. 2 minutes to go. Going to come down to the roll of the dice. And the Roman god of luck, Fortuna. Maybe, just maybe, we'll see a knockout, but I doubt it. Enderstone and Acrebus, their first meeting here, blood versus blood. The bloody brawl in Utgarde Keep. This historic arena playing host to so many amazing duels over the years. And look at that damage from Acrebus. This is what I was talking about. Acrebus stands toe-to-toe and is a powerhouse striker. Enderstone, on the other hand, is a ground and pound powerhouse. He likes to get on top of his opponent and just ground them into the dust. And Acrebus likes to stand there and swing, and I think he does more damage just standing toe-to-toe, whereas Enderstone likes to get those stuns in, and then he lays in the damage afterwards. So a little bit contrasting stylistically. And keep in mind, Acrebus was a member of Evolution. Enderstone currently a member of Evolution, so we got a little bit of Resistance versus Evolution going on here as a backdrop for this one. When Acrebus was kicked from Evolution, Javar said, Enderstone will replace you. You will be nothing but an afterthought. That Enderstone is the true future. And Acrebus looking to prove the King of Kings wrong here, as he gets that blood drinker in, and Enderstone feels it, but he gets a blood drinker of his own. Blow for blow. tit for tat here between Enderstone and Acrebus. 20 seconds remaining here in round number 1. It's going to be a grind to the finish, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I said settle in. 5 seconds remaining here. 4, 3, 2, 1. It will come to the rolls. No surprise. Final blood drinker there from Acrebus. We didn't have him scheduled to fight tonight. He didn't think he would make it. And he showed up, and he's here. He's up against Enderstone. So here we go. Roll the dice. Acrebus rolling first. An 82 from Enderstone and a 39 from Acrebus. Enderstone taking round number 1. Acrebus statistically, historically, has always struggled with the rolls. So Enderstone going to initiate round number 2. And there's going to be 2 minutes between now and the outcome for round number 2. So here we go. Enderstone initiating the duel right here in Northrend, the most iconic continent for the Death Knights. Looking to rise up here and prove themselves as the better Blood DK, at least through the rolls for the moment. Enderstone trailing. These two swinging on two. And again, Acrebus defeated Emillea 4-2. Enderstone just knocked out Emillea twice in the same round. So the health might not be moving, but the damage sure as hell is going out. So don't be fooled here. They are swinging on each other. They are swinging to knock each other the hell out here. The counter to that, though, is that they both have jaws of iron. They have iron chins here. And as blood decays, and with the talent they have, we saw Blood Fox. You know, Foxy Hills play Blood Fox for one of the SNF seasons and really struggled. We've seen bad blood decays, and these are two of the best blood decays that we've ever had in the guild. So they not only have the powerful 1v1 class and spec that is blood decay, so powerful in 1v1 situations, also have the skill to back that up and propel it to the next level. Question is, who's going to propel themselves here in the tournament? Acrebus now down to 75%. Enderstone getting some ground and pound off there. There's a blood drinker cast from Acrebus. Enderstone down to 75%. 20 seconds remaining here in round number 2. Enderstone back up to 95%. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll come to the rolls again. To no one's surprise, we'll see if Enderstone's able to continue his lead. Rolling first. An 82 from Enderstone, keeping it in the 80s. And a 64 from Acrebus. So Enderstone extends it to 0, needing one more to advance against Reddbbull, a rematch from AFC back in December. AFC 15, that was to end the year. That night, Enderstone defeated Reddbbull. Tonight, he'll look to defeat Reddbbull again if he can get past Acrebus. So here we go. Enderstone initiating the next duel. Show of respect there between the two Death Knight duelists. Double Death and Decay drop there. A little bit of showmanship before the skirmish. Acrebus down to 75%, down to 60. Enderstone bringing the pain. Drums have been popped by Acrebus, I believe. Yes, war drums have been dropped by Acrebus, but look at that. Enderstone just shrugging off that damage. Those drums are what helped Acrebus KO Emillea, and Enderstone didn't need the drums at all. He doesn't need them now either. He's at 75%. Agrabah swinging away with everything that he has, with all of his heart, with all of his will, with all of his determination to try to get back into a position to where he could win a 5th title next week. Reddbbull watching on, the roster watching on, and you, our audience, watching week 8 of the Sunday Night Fights, looking on here to this spectacle that is before you. The winner of this fight going on to Reddbbull. And the winner of that fight will face either McGregor or Garlen next Sunday. Championship on the line later tonight. The Duel of the Dwarves, the dream match between McGregor and Garlen still to come. And 30 seconds still to go in this round. Agrabah getting some line of sight there. Kiting away from Enderstone. There's the blood drinker from Agrabah. Enderstone giving chase, gets that death and decay, misses. Enderstone trying to anticipate Agrabah's movement. Unsuccessful there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we'll come to the rolls again. Fortuna will either keep Agrabah in this one or will propel Enderstone to a rematch against Reddbbull. Agrabah rolling first. A 35 from Agrabah and a 55 from Enderstone. Enderstone takes it via the rolls, 3-0. And Enderstone is on fire here tonight, only suffering 1 loss. He's now up to 8 wins on the evening, and he'll look for yet another strong series performance here now against Reddbbull. Reddbbull going to be fighting out of the red corner. Enderstone, the blue corner. We'll get right into that. Here we go. Finale of the tournament. The winner gains a championship opportunity next Sunday at 6 p.m. server. And Emillea, if we could get a banner here by the red corner, that would be fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here at the Howling Fjord's crown jewel, Utgarde Keep, a arena with so much history and more to be written here tonight. The St. Patrick's Day Showdown, the finale to the tournament, is about to begin. And then immediately following it, we have our championship main event, the highly anticipated McGregor versus Garlen matchup. Enderstone, we are awaiting him to take his place at the blue corner. And here we go. This one's going to be a 7-round contest, 2 minutes per round. I can't tell if Reddbbull has gone resto or whether he is still elemental. Emillea or Reddbbull, can you confirm? Are you resto now, or did you stay elemental?
Staying Ellie. Like, it'd be a little bit of an assault to Bigstew for me to go and do resto after, beating him, him being a far superior resto shaman to me. So I'm doing Ellie.
Well, you got to respect that from Reddbbull. He's not playing it safe. He's not taking the Iron Lungs route. He is playing to win here tonight. He didn't get the win against Enderstone in December, but here tonight he has the gear and he has the determination to get the win on Enderstone. Enderstone is going to have to be careful. We saw Big Stu get knocked out earlier out of nowhere. Enderstone is going to have to be very careful here against Reddbbull. This is not going to be a repeat of December, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be an edge of your seat slobber knocker, as good old Jim Ross would say. So here we go. Fight number 1, round number 1 begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Will the Wrathful Worgen be able to survive Reddbbull's onslaught? Unlike Big Stu, he's going to be able to do a lot more offensive damage. Death and Decay slowing Reddbbull around the corner. You can't help but root for Reddbbull a little bit here after what he said about Big Stu and having the courage to go elemental against a blood decay. If I were in his shoes, I'd definitely go resto. Not ashamed to admit it. I would probably play it safe with the title opportunity on the line, but Reddbbull doing a good job so far. Getting some damage in, keeping the distance. Enderstone trying to get back on top here, get some damage in on Reddbbull, carving into that health, and Reddbbull getting some distance there, but there's that blood drinker casted and then immediately interrupted by Reddbbull, who is now down to 25%. Enderstone at 75. Reddbbull heals himself back up, almost full maelstrom. Not quite, though. And Reddbbull's now trying to get away from Enderstone. Does so there. And look at that. The death grip right back in. Reddbbull's down to 5%. Rock hobbled and not dropped just yet. Healing Surge is coming in here. Reddbbull healing all the way back up. There's the Hex interrupted. What a maneuver there. As Reddbbull gains some distance and is immediately brought back in mid-air with the death grip. There's the Hex. And Reddbbull's running for his life here. But the death grip going to bring him back in. Enderstone trying desperately to get the knockout, but Reddbbull just will not have it. Unbelievable mobility from the debuting Reddbbull. Both of these two fighters, these gladiators, these brawlers coming off of huge wins against two of the most accomplished warlords on the roster. Who is going to triumph here? 15 seconds remaining in this one. Enderstone's looking to walk away with a round one victory. Reddbbull looking to at least survive this and you know, put forward a respectable performance besides getting knocked out. And Enderstone will not get the knockout. Reddbbull will not get the win. Enderstone will take round number one. So, as I said, very respectable performance there from Reddbbull, showing off that mobility, just unable to get the knockout. And really, Enderstone's successful where Bigstew was not. He just has so much more damage. Bigstew was on the defensive for most of his fight against Reddbbull. If he had a little bit more damage, Reddbbull probably would have had to react and counter, and he wasn't able to do that. Enderstone, on the other hand, able to stay on top of Reddbbull, able to bring that pressure, and was able to outlast him there in round number one. Enderstone, are you ready for round number two?
Yes.
Enderstone looking to earn his first title opportunity. Reddbbull likewise looking to do the same. Alliance Revolution versus Warsong Offensive doesn't get any better than this. Centurions, Outriders, Legionnaires. Reddbbull is your representative here tonight, and he is looking to upset the Wrathful Warden. Will he be able to do it in round number two? We're going to find out in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Crossed Axes versus the Crossed Hammers. Reddbbull versus Enderstone. Look at the damage there from Reddbbull, bringing Enderstone all the way down. Enderstone getting that death grip off. There's the Hex landing, but no, the anti-magic shield popped by Enderstone. Enderstone again bringing that ground and pounding, staying right on top of Reddbbull, hammering away. And again, look at Reddbbull here, trying to keep himself up. He's rocked, though. Heart Strike coming in, 5%. Reddbull's into the red zone. There's the death grip there. Enderstone not able to get it, but the Blood Drinker comes in, and Reddbbull somehow hangs on. Unbelievable elusiveness from Reddbbull there. Escapes Enderstone's clutches, and you do not see that too often. There's the roots from Reddbbull. Unbelievable. I thought for sure that was it with the Blood Drinker. And Reddbbull able to hang in there. He is completely out of mana at this point. Plenty of time left here. Reddbbull down to 25%. He's trying his best to get damage in here, ladies and gentlemen, but Enderstone he's forcing him to play defensive. Again, mid-air, death grip, bringing him right back to Enderstone. There's the Blood Drinker through the pillar. Reddbull's trying to get some heals off. And Reddbbull again back up to 75%. Enderstone now down to 50%. And again, it's so hard. I can't stress it enough what a challenge this is for Reddbbull, who has to try. His whole damage repertoire of his arsenal comes from standing and setting his feet and getting that damage in and building up that maelstrom, and Enderstone's just not allowing him to do that. There's that interrupt on the healing surge, but Reddbbull's still doing a great job keeping himself topped off for the most part, almost close to topping himself off there, but Enderstone almost dropped to the red zone there as he continues to give chase. 15 seconds remaining. Reddbbull looking for the knockout. Enderstone's dangerously low here. Will Reddbbull get it? 10 seconds remaining. And Enderstone barely hanging on here. Here comes the damage from Reddbbull. A late flurry here. 3, 2, 1. And Enderstone hangs on with just a sliver of health remaining. And just a couple seconds remaining as well. Reddbbull so close to the knockout. Enderstone taking round number 2, up 2-0. As I said, nothing like their last meeting in December at AFC 15. And again, if that had been a 5-minute contest, just like with Emillea earlier, could be a whole different outcome. But it is SNF, and it is a 2-minute time limit here, tournament format. Enderstone surviving round number 2, and that was a unbelievable, furious flurry at the end there from Reddbbull. Almost got him the win. And Enderstone will look to get his 3rd win against Reddbbull and advance to his championship opportunity, first of this season for him in 1v1 action. It would be. Enderstone, are you ready for round number 3?
Almost. A few more seconds.
So Reddbbull here now needing 3 in a row. Can it be done? Yes. Will it be done? Yet to be seen. Do not count Reddbbull out, though. He is a veteran from Psycho and Envy back in the day. He is a Vaj veteran. He is seasoned. He is battle-hardened. And he is showing up tonight, giving it his all here against Enderstone. Can't take anything away from Reddbbull in his SNF debut.
I'm ready.
Enderstone is ready, and he will begin this next duel here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So here we go. Death grip right in. Reddbbull immediately trying to get away, and immediately death grip back in midair. There's the roots. Enderstone getting right through it, getting that blood drinker off. 10 seconds in here, and already these two are just swinging for the fences and going for broke. Reddbbull down to 25%. Enderstone looking for the knockout early. Reddbbull getting some distance there, taking it around the outside. There's the mobility again on full display from Reddbbull. That same mobility that helped him knock out Big Stew is helping him keep alive here. And Enderstone again has to watch because that distance is bringing him really low here. Reddbbull looking to use that formula that he used in the last round. Almost had Enderstone. He's using it to great success here as he gets the distance, gets the slows, the snares on Enderstone, and then brings the damage in. There's that lightning lasso on Enderstone. We haven't seen that at all tonight, I don't think. And it puts a leash on the Raffle Worgen, who's now into the red zone. There is the Strangulate on Reddbbull, followed by the Blood Drinker. Both fighters neck and neck, swinging away. Everything on the line, a championship opportunity. And you see what it means to these two combatants as they vie for their spot next Sunday against the winner of our main event, Garlen versus McGREGOR. Reddbbull brought back in with the death grip. Enderstone down to 25, back up to 50, back down to 25. There's the distance from Reddbbull. This is where he is so lethal. You saw Enderstone dip just ever so briefly into the red zone, and then bounces right back up. 10 seconds remaining here. Gut check time for Reddbbull. Does he have enough to knock out the Wrathful Worgen? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And neck with Reddbbull gaining a late second win. Enderstone will take the series 3-0. Hats off to Reddbbull. What a fantastic showing here, knocking out
It's a shameful thing, lost your head. A careless man who could wind up dead. You wear your sin like some kind of pride. Too many lies, too many lies. Oh, these words are true, and I'll make you believe. Yeah, you fight for air and trouble just to breathe. And you wear your coward as well. And I will see you riding straight to hell. It's written in the face, in the shadows of my eyes. When the devil comes to call you, breaks your earthly ties. The land will break and the seas will rise. The wind will rage and burn the
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you have been waiting for. Some smack talk there between the dwarf duelists, Glenn Moreau, Doc Stew, and then you have Garlen and McGREGOR. Two of the four all-time greats as far as the dwarves are concerned, about to square off here to conclude St. Paddy's Day weekend. Garlen and McGREGOR, the title on the line, no time limit. Enderstone and Toby, take it away here on the broadcast booth. Here we go. Round number one, the champion initiating the duel. Just give me 1 second here. Enderstone, what are you expecting from this one?
I expect plenty of damage from both fighters, since Garlen I know is great at enhancement and McGREGOR is a amazing damage dealer as Windwalker. I don't know how this one's going to turn out. Two amazing damage dealers, but I don't know who's going to take the other one out first.
Alrighty, here we go. Champion initiating round number one. Time for talk is over. St. Paddy's Day Showdown is officially underway.
Garlen is stunned by McGREGOR as his raptors are pulled out. Massive damage being done to Garlen, bringing him down to 50%. McGREGOR taking little damage, bringing him down also to 50%. Garlen is very low, almost into the red zone.
Get your karma coming out. Garlen needs to keep distance and heal up.
Garland's still trying to run away as he's stunned once more, going into wolf or travel form. Garland into the red zone. Still trying to run away and heal.
He's barely holding on here.
Once more damage is being done to him by McGREGOR as the chase is still continuing. Garland's heals are for naught as he is brought down once more, almost into the red zone. McGREGOR managing to keep up the chase and deal more and more damage to him.
McGREGOR gets knockout.
Thoughts on round number one, gentlemen?
Amazing damage from McGREGOR as usual, bringing Garland down to halfway in the first few seconds, along with Garland dealing plenty of damage as well, almost bringing McGREGOR into the red zone.
I agree. It was really good damage from McGREGOR. Garlen, he just kept Garlen on the defensive, which shut him down really pretty much.
Seems to be more taunting from McGregor as we wait for round 2 to start.
And McGregor initiates round number 2. Garland dropping the totem and McGregor going to teleport away.
Garland stunned, taking a little damage, as McGregor is taking some as well. Touch of Karma bringing Garland down, and McGregor takes the second round in seconds. That has to be the quickest knockout I've seen.
McGregor up 2-0. Emillea, you played against Garland. You played with Garland. He got you into the game. What do you think he needs to do here in round number 3 to get the win over Mystic Mac?
He really needs to watch that touch of karma when it comes up. Just keep distance at all times. Don't run back. Don't pop anything. Try and keep distance at all times with touch of karma. Wait for it to go down. Get yourself healed up during that phase, or try to, and then go in. Like usually, even with Emillea going against monks, if touch karma comes up, I stop all damage and worry about healing or keeping distance.
Still more taunting.
All right, here we go. Round number 3.
Garland putting down the Counter-Strike totem, as McGregor runs away. Garland seems to be waiting for him to pop out. As McGregor comes out and deals damage almost enough to bring him to halfway. And down Garland goes as McGregor wails on him. McGregor being brought down. But touch of karma is thrown on Garland and he is forced to run.
Garland touching red zone quick.
And McGregor takes the third round.
Gentlemen, thoughts on this series so far? Has it gone as you expected it would, or thoughts so far?
All of the fights have been amazing. Plenty of excitement and moments that got everybody on the edge of their seats. But this fight right here, Dwarf versus Dwarf is gotta be the best so far, seeing as Garlen can deal plenty of damage and McGregor can bring him down just as quick.
I agree.
So here we go, McGregor initiating what could potentially be the final round of the night. Garlen looking to get back into this one. I have never seen Toby, you've watched Garlen since he made his debut back in 2016. Have you ever seen Garlen shook this badly in a series? I can't remember it. Even against Javar, Garlen was always right there, blow for blow. Playing McGregor, I'm actually shocked by this one. I was worried about this fight coming into it, if I'm being completely honest. I have a lot of respect for Garlen, Enhancement Enigma, what he's able to do is enhancement. But I can't remember Garlen being down 0-3 like this and not having an answer. Can you?
No, that I can't.
So McGregor looking to wrest the crown from Garland's hands here tonight. Will Garlen go back to the drawing board and come up with a game plan that gets him back into the series? We're about to find out. Round number 4, championship on the line. Enderstone and Emillea, take it away.
Potential final duel starting. Since Garland's going plenty on the offensive this time, bringing McGregor a little bit down. Plenty of damage being done to Garland, and McGregor healing up most of the damage that has been done to him. Touch of Karma being thrown at him. Garland dropping very low. Stunned. Garland dropping into the red zone. McGregor halfway. McGregor has been hexed as Garland tries to retreat and heal up.
Garlen trying to keep his distance, but McGregor keeping him stunned at all turns.
And McGregor takes it 4-0 to win his 5th championship here at Utgarde. The upset of the season, as the Notorious One squelches, silences, scorches the Enhancement Enigma. What a series. Aleth, Garlen, you did all you could, brother. Fantastic series. But what a win for the Notorious One. Is your new SNF World Champion, rebounding from the loss to Big Stu. He was not in action last week in the death match, and then coming out tonight with the thunderous 4-0 knockout victory to win his 5th championship and to conclude St. Paddy's Day weekend. McGregor, what a memorable moment for the Notorious One. Couldn't pick a better time to win a landmark, a milestone championship like your 5th title. I don't think I will ever forget. I don't think anybody else will forget it either that watched it here tonight. What a series it was. What a night it has been. And next Sunday, we now know that the final matchup of the opening round of the tournament, McGregor will be defending his title against the wrathful Worgen, Enderstone. Enderstone, his first championship opportunity next Sunday, 6 p.m. server. That'll do it for week 8 of the Sunday night fights here in the crown jewel of the Howling Fjord and the St. Paddy's Day weekend showdown. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen, gladiators, skirmishers, and fighters. Until next time, we press on.